Hey, thanks for coming. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah. No, you look great. You look great. What's that? What? Oh, oh my God. Greetings, gentlemen. We need to have a talk. It's part of your look, it's part of your style, and it is critical to making that very important impression. It is your shirt collar. Gentlemen, in my opinion, if you are trying to dress up a little bit by putting on a shirt with a shirt collar, that collar needs attention. I don't care where you're going, whether it's an event, a date, to a party, or even just out to dinner, please pay close attention to your shirt collars. They need to look good. When you saw the opening of this video, what is one of the first things that you noticed when I walked in? The collar was all messed up. It was all tucked under my jacket. It wasn't standing up. It was actually over top of the jacket on this side and underneath this side. It was a complete disaster. Gentlemen, you have to understand the shirt collar is right in that center of focus. Now let me explain. When I come up to somebody and I start having a conversation, you're a little close, right? You're talking, you're making small talk. Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. What's going on? You see right here, you're making eye contact, but you can also see this shirt collar. You don't notice the scuff on my shoe. You don't notice that my shirt came untucked. You don't notice I missed a belt loop, but you do notice this collar. So if the collar is tucked in or the collar's popping out like this and just all out of whack and jacked up, it's noticed and it's a distraction. I can't tell you how many conversations I've had with somebody and I'm going, man, their collar is jacked up. Whoever is talking to you is going to pick up on that. They're going to be distracted by your messed up shirt collar, so you got to make sure that that is set right. I have seen dudes all the time try to step up and wear a nicer shirt. They're like, oh, I really want to look nice tonight, but their collars are a mess. They're all wrinkled, they're curled up, they're not laying right, or they're out wide. Gentlemen, you got to give this some attention. And sometimes the shirts themselves, they do not cooperate. You can pick out a shirt off the rack in the store and it looks amazing. It's sitting there on the hanger, the collar's folded, creased, draped nice, looks awesome. You go and wash it and dry it a few times and then it's all out of whack, it's all flat, it's going wide, it curls, it's not creased. It becomes a nightmare and such a battle to maintain. But I've got a couple things that I can show you so you don't have to worry about that ever again. But before we get started, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't ever miss a video that I put out. If you understand what I'm talking about, if you get how important this is and how this needs to look right, be a gentleman, be a lady. Give me one of those thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it and it definitely helps out the channel a lot. All right, let's get started. The first thing I want to do is talk to you about the standard dress shirt. Not talking about the cut, not the fitment, but just focusing on the collar. Most dress shirts are going to have underneath the collar, right there is a little bit of stitching. Let me come in a little close here, right? A little bit of stitching right there. You can see. This is where you would insert what's called a collar stay. Now, some shirts come with a plastic collar stay. A lot of people don't even know what they are. They keep them in there the first time, they throw them in the wash, they fall out, they lose them, they throw them out, whatever. But there's a purpose for that. That is to keep your collar nice and straight. I have taken it a step further and gotten a set of metal collar stays. They're a lot stiffer, they last a lot longer, they don't bend and warp. Very easy. You take your collar stay. They come in different sizes depending on the collar. Find your stitching and insert as so. There you go. You have a nice collar. It won't bend, it won't curl. That will stay nice and straight. The shirt I'm wearing, I purposely did not wear any collar stays for this video. I'm going to show you how easy it is to do it with the shirt that I'm wearing. Now, admittingly, do use a mirror, but I'm going to try to do it without it. There's one there. And one there. Now you can see the collars even right away look a lot better. They're stiff, they're tight. But let's take it a step further because sometimes, even without the jacket on, the collars may tend to flare out. I can't stand a flared out collar. You don't want that. How do you keep it in like this? Because of the collar stays that are made out of metal, you can get these little magnets. They look like a watch battery, but they're in fact magnets. All you do, grab your collar, pull it forward, go underneath, and the magnet will grab hold of that collar stay and then set it in place. Let's do the other side. And just like that, look at that, my collar's nice and tight, it won't flare out. All about the magnets and the metal collar stays right there. How about with the jacket? Boom, just like that. Look at that, man. That collar is sharp looking right there. See those angles? I love it. Doesn't get much more dapper than that. The thing about the magnets too is you can also adjust them. If you want it to be a little more forward, maybe slightly out, you can move that magnet, reposition it, and your collar will be right where you want it and it will stay there the entire evening. Now, one of the other things that can cause your collars to flare out is when you try to go for that relaxed look and you unbutton the top, maybe you go for the next button as well, all of a sudden the shirt may want to open up and those collars go right along with it. Sometimes even with these magnets, it may kind of flop down and just not look right. So I have a solution for that as well. It's called Dapper Dots. Right there, I get a set of these, I carry them with me. They come in sheets like this. All it is double-sided tape about the size of a dime. If you have your shirt unbuttoned a certain way, or even if you want to try to use this on your collars, that's acceptable as well. All you do is remove one of the dime-size pieces of tape. You stick on, then remove the other side. And then lay the fabric of the shirt over top, press, and then your shirt stays together right where you want it. Now, as I said, you could use the double-sided tape up on your collar. However, once you stick, that's where it stays. So I do not recommend using the Dapper Dots for your collar placement unless you're in a pinch. They come on a sheet, you can throw them in your back pocket. You never know when you might need one, and they can be very, very handy. Now that's a dress shirt. Now what about shirts that may not have the stitching? What kind of shirt doesn't have stitching usually? The polo. The polo shirt, gentlemen. Everybody rocks a polo from time to time. It's one of the most popular shirts. It's a step up from a t-shirt. It's got the collar, a few buttons, a lot more dressier than just your standard tee. Polo shirts are notorious for their collars getting all messed up. After you wash and dry them a few times, that collar starts to curl up, it curls down, it starts to go wide, it flares out. These little beauties are called no curl collar stays. They are just a very firm piece of plastic with adhesive on the back side. But these guys can really help out keep that collar nice and straight. All you do is peel off the backing like this. Okay, you take the long side of the triangle and put it towards the bottom of the collar, this part right here. Again, I'm going to do it. I usually do this while I'm not wearing the shirt. I'll apply it here, stick it on. Bring my collar back. And now this collar's sitting up nice and straight. Look at the difference. Here's the other side. Doesn't look too bad, but you could tell it's laying a little bit more flat where this is really pronounced. Now these little stick-on things, you can remove them, wash and dry your shirt, then reapply them. You probably get about 2, maybe 3 uses out of them. There's another issue with polos, and that's collar flare. It starts to go out like this. Look at this, I can pull it out and it stays out. Oh, I hate that. How do I prevent this from happening? I use this guy right here. You can even use this on a dress shirt. I do it all the time. Sometimes the collar just doesn't sit the way I like it, but this will help keep it nice and straight and even, and then also keep it from flaring out. It's adjustable, you can adjust it to your size. It's real simple. All you do is pop your collar, put this around your neck, and fold the collar over top, hiding it out of view. Bring this down, and there you have your nice looking collar that won't flare out. It keeps it nice in check. And then of course with your no curl collar stays, that collar is going to look very sharp. Gentlemen, those are the tips I wanted to show you today. You've got to pay close attention to your collars. Very important. You want to make that good first impression, or any impression for that matter. You want to look neat, you want to look clean, and you definitely want to look dapper. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Wait a minute, I'm getting ready to go out. I need to put that other outfit back on. There we go. Now I feel better. This is more like it. Anyway, I'm the Capable Gentleman. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you found this useful, and I'm always going to show you ways to go from dirty to dapper and encourage you to never, ever stop learning. Until next time, be kind, everyone. See you next week.